Hi everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in to Carol's Daily Sauce. What I'm doing today is a voiceover of a makeup eyeshadow tutorial. Very short video. You need a mirror, one small brown eyebrow pencil, and concealer. You need a concealer brush, very thin brush. You also are going to need some sort of pomade with a spoolie brush and a paintbrush on the end, as well as, which is optional, highlighter. You're going to need your Cinderella mirror that I use every single time that I apply my makeup. So here we go with the spoolie brush, and we are brushing up the sparse eyebrows in the direction in which we want to go in filling them in. I'm going to throw this hair back because it's flopping all over the place. Why I want it to be sexy while doing this, I don't know. As I always tell you guys, I always start on this side because I have a very thin middle. But what you want to do is start where I started. You see how I'm beginning and building it up. Don't look like nothing, but trust and believe as you continue to lightly shade in and build up, you will have an eyebrow on the way. Continue to lightly stroke. Don't stroke too hard. If you stroke too hard, what's going to end up happening is you're going to have rough looking eyebrows. They're going to be too dark. That's the most important thing, ensuring that they are not too dark. Y'all, it's so harsh. So if you see on the end, I always take my finger here. See how I'm taking my finger there? And I smudged some of the eyebrow pencil. And I went between. I noticed that I had smudged. I cleaned that up. But I am still going to continue to wipe around the eyebrow so that I can get it the way I want it. You will notice a lot of times that you have some areas that completely took and some areas that are just thin. We're going to go on the other side, which is the right eyebrow. Well, actually, my left, but your right. And we're going to do the same thing. So what you're doing is you're going in the shape of your actual eyebrow. After you do that, you're going to come down and kind of just slowly but surely begin to shade in. And if you notice right there, it doesn't look like it's going to be anything. There's like a slant, but then you go up in there, you shade in. Practice makes perfect, you guys. It does. I believe at this point right here, I was only 3 minutes in and I already have 2 eyebrows. Would I go out with them looking like this? Absolutely not, because we still have some finishing touches that we have to do to make sure that they look good as far as shading in them, making sure that they are as similar as they can be. Please understand that your eyebrows are sisters. They are not twins. They will not look exactly the same way. Even people who do eyebrows should know that. Go in between the eyes and make sure that you are cleaning up any type of residue, any extra that you might have. Go under it to kind of navigate that curve. I'm also going on the other side and still fixing it, and then, you know, it's just a process, you guys. It really, really is a process to get it the way that you actually want it to go. And I am cleaning up under there once again and still shading the eyebrow in. I hope that you guys can see this. So I'm looking at you guys, just trying to make sure that everything is copacetic, everything is looking somewhat of decent. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my LA Girl Pro Concealer. This is in the shade Fawn. You also need a very thin brush, really small brush, and you'll see once I get the concealer on. Understand with concealer, a very small amount goes a long way. And what you are going to do is go along the top of the eyebrow, trace it like so, and then when you go under the bottom, you're doing the exact same thing. Trace it just like that. You see, concealer is used to hide blemishes and to correct wrongs that you may have made when doing your eyebrows. I always use my handy dandy finger. I thank God for my fingers because they help. When I do the eyebrows at the bottom, the concealer at the bottom, I always brush down and over. I go in between the eyebrows. I didn't do that on the last video because just in case you have some little harsh lines, I rub it in and there is the eyebrow. I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye, a very small amount of concealer. Remember, a little bit goes a very long way, okay? There you go. I actually put a little bit too much on that side. But as I said, when you go in with your concealer, if you ever make any type of mistakes as far as, because a lot of times when I do mines, especially if I'm rushing, one thing I want y'all to know, don't be rushing. Don't be late for work or late for an appointment and trying to do your eyebrows, because guess what? They'll be able to tell by looking at your eyebrows. There are some days that my eyebrows can be straight on fleek, and other days they look raggedy, harsh, because I've had to rush. So go ahead and come down with your concealer, making sure that all that is cleaned up. Use your handy dandy fingers to brush it and shape it. Pull your mirror out so you can look. I'm coming in the middle, so obviously I noticed some type of something that doesn't look right. But just practice makes perfect. You definitely can do this. It's not hard. Before long, it will take you probably 5 minutes to do both of your eyebrows. Get your pomade. Get a very little pomade. We're going to go in on what is your left eye. And we're going to continue to build up and shade in where there may have been some sparse areas or areas that we didn't completely fill in with the pencil. This pomade is a dark brown, as well as the pencil that I use is a dark brown. I do not use black eyeliner on my eyebrows as I think it's too harsh. But you just continue to build up as high or as thin as you want them. And just use your finger to wipe. The good thing about the eyebrow pencil is that the eyebrow pencil is always soft. I would not recommend getting a waterproof one because the waterproof ones sometimes tend to be a little rough on the hair. If you have hair, take your spoolie brush and burn that out. Continuing to fix that up. And y'all, I'm not a makeup artist. I just do what works for me. Okay. Here we go. So what I'm doing now is I'm just going to work on this eyebrow as well as the other one just to do the finishing touches of the eyebrow. Okay. And there we go. Now we're going to go on what is your right eyebrow, and we're doing the same exact thing on this eyebrow that we did. A very little bit of the pomade goes a long way. I'm looking at my eyebrows now and it looks like kind of like in the center on this eyebrow I need to take my Flawless Brows finishing tools and kind of shave in the middle of my eyebrow, because I do have some that are kind of sticking up. They've maybe gotten too long. Take your spoolie brush and thin that out in the front. Clean the center. Going along the side and in the center under it. Just making sure that they look to be somewhat of the same. We ain't perfect, so they're not going to be perfect, but we most definitely can make sure that once we step out the house with these eyebrows done, that they look presentable. And that's the most important thing, right? Just making sure that we didn't let our grandbabies put our makeup on. This particular eyebrow always gives me the blues. I don't know why, but it always does. I always tend to take more time with this eyebrow than the other, and I don't know why, but I do. You guys, I'm doing my hair. That means that we are almost finished. So I believe the very last thing I'm going to do that I did not do on the last video is I'm going to be using the Billion Dollar Brow Kit Highlighter. Highlighters can be found in the store. They can be found in either pencil form or cream. And what these do is if you don't wear, or if you choose not to wear eyeshadow for the day, they will make that eyebrow pop. Watch, watch. So you can use that handy dandy finger and you are going to blend it out. Watch this eyebrow, y'all, after this highlighter is put on it. I love highlighter. Love it. I love concealer and highlighter to pieces. You see that, you guys? And we're going to go on the other side and do the same exact thing. This pencil right here is the best thing in that kit, I'm telling y'all. I would purchase the pencil because a pencil, I love anything that glides. Anything that glides that doesn't give me a resistance. I don't like a resistance, nothing. So this is a good pen. The Billion Dollar Brow Concealer and Highlighter pen is a thumbs up for sure. But I'm continuing to clean them up because in a minute, honey, in a very few minutes, we are going to have the finished product, boo. Just keep practicing. It will get easier. There we go. Look at me primping and posing, girl, because I have done it. I hope that this video has been very helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you.